As you heard in the news bulletin, the Bank of England has just raised interest rates for the fifth time in a row. Joining me now is our business and economics editor, Liam Halligan. Liam, what's the thinking behind this rise and how much are they going up by?
No surprise that interest rates have gone up, Gloria. It was only a question not of if, but by how much. This is at the lower end of expectations. We thought that interest rates could go up not by 0.25%, 25 basis points, as we say, but by 0.5% after the Federal Reserve, the Bank of England's equivalent in America, raised interest rates by 0.75% overnight. The thinking is it's been since December, the Bank of England's raised interest rates 5 times in a row now to 1.25%, where they currently are, because inflation is rising. Price rises are out there, the cost of living increases. The thinking is that if you slow down the economy by making it more expensive to borrow, whether you're a mortgage holder, you've got other private debts or whatever it is, then that means demand in the economy will be suppressed, so those price rises will be suppressed. It sounds brutal. It is brutal. The thinking is that it's better to have a bit more of a slowdown than inflation spiralling up beyond where it currently is from 9% up to 15 or 20% like it was in the 1970s, because then you really do get a serious collapse in economic activity as business confidence goes out the window and consumers are hit with an even bigger cost of living squeeze.
Is there any hope on the horizon for some good economic news?
I think there is, in the sense that I was really early on this inflation.
You were.
I took a lot of criticism from many other economic journalists and indeed from officials at the Bank of England who were not very nice about me on certain occasions. But having been early to predict that inflation would go up, I'm going to say that I do think inflation will fall out of the system quite soon if, and it's a big if, we can get some kind of settlement between Russia and Ukraine. Right. And this ghastly conflict in Europe means that there's less upward pressure on oil prices, gas prices and food prices. If that happens, then I do think inflation could fall away quite quickly, and then we can stay where interest rates currently are or even drop them a little bit again. But we are in a difficult situation, be in no doubt. It's not quite a 1970s stagflation situation yet. We're not yet in recession, which is 2 consecutive quarters, 6 months, if you like, of economic slowdown. We have had 2 months now of economic slowdown, and I suspect that's one reason, Gloria, why the 9 economists on the Monetary Policy Committee may have only increased interest rates by 0.25% and not 0.5%, as many people were expecting.